Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. As you guys can see, I just woke up. I watched the fight last night, Beterbiev v Browne, and then I knocked off. I was going to do a video right after that, but I knocked off. It's 5 in the morning, like almost 4 or 5 here in the UK time. It's so difficult to stay up, and I actually nodded off during the fight. And then I woke up and watched the rest of the bit that I missed. Smash the like button on this video. I'm going to go into it, and then I'm going to do another video which you guys are going to like. But yeah, let's talk a bit about the fight in this video. We'll also, before I get into it, I'll try to get a live stream out tonight. Don't hold me on it, but we will try to do a live stream because I think it's worth talking about Beterbiev's performance. What's his future, which obviously you guys are very excited about because you guys think he may be fighting, you know, the great Mexican fighter that we talk a lot about. But let's keep it real on there. Let's not if someone's got an opinion, they're entitled to their opinion. Let's not get emotional. I don't mind that you get emotional because it actually creates good debates. But don't get disrespectful to somebody just because they've got a difference of opinion, you know? I have no problem with anyone having their opinions, as long as they keep it respectful, as long as they're, not bringing up stuff. Also, I'd like to say, let's not bring up fighters' personal lives, right? Because I don't think we should be talking about people's personal lives. That's their personal lives. And I'm a boxing channel. If you look at my videos, I never ever talk about somebody's personal life. Like, unless it's affecting their boxing, then I might mention it. But otherwise, I never really go into, he's this type of person or he's that type of person, because it's unneeded, really. There's all kinds of people. There's all kinds of good and bad, what's good and bad is what for me, a bad person is somebody that, breaks the law and stuff like that. But I just don't feel we should talk about people's character that has nothing to do with boxing. Do you know what I mean? Because what's that got to do with boxing? You could be the greatest boxer ever, but you don't have to have the greatest character. That's got nothing to do with boxing. That's got nothing to do with, his skills inside the ring. I rather keep it to boxing and keep it to, what I think of that guy inside the ring. Because sometimes when you dislike somebody, see, the thing is with me, I might not like somebody's character, but I don't let that affect me when talking about him and his skills inside the ring. So that's how I like to come across. I don't really like to talk about somebody's character, someone's personal life, and then use that because I don't really like what he's about, then bring it in and start degrading his skills, because I keep the two things separate. Because a guy's skills inside the ring and a guy's character are two different things. We need to keep that separate. We're not here judging people. We're here judging, talking about their boxing skills, talking about how good they are inside the ring. And I think we should keep it to that. And not divert off that. And I really like the debates between Nelson, Mike, Rare Breed. They were really good. We just need to try not to deviate, and start talking about guys, well, he was like this and he was like that. Because what happens is, for me, the conversation then becomes about the reason why you're trying to have a go at this particular boxer, because you don't like what he means outside the ring. And that's not right, because you need to separate the two. You need to separate the two to get to basic. Because here's the thing: if you've got hard feelings towards somebody, you're already looking to put him down. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I like to keep the two things separate. It's very hard to do, because if you dislike somebody, you don't want to give them credit, or dislike their character. You don't really want to give them a lot of credit. You're always looking to degrade and put them down. And that's not a good thing. You know, that's not a good thing. You need to learn to separate the two, because his skills inside the ring may be impeccable. What he does outside the ring has got nothing to do with us. You know, and that's the way I look at it. Like, I'm not here to judge people and what they do. I'm here to talk about boxing, you know. So I think we should keep it to that, and it make it much better. But yeah, that was a bit of a long one. But yeah, let's get on to Artur Beterbiev and Marcus Browne. Yeah, so look, Beterbiev's a beast. There's no doubt about it. He's a beast. You know, he's a top 5. First 2 rounds, he was getting outboxed. He was finding it difficult to get to Browne. Browne was boxing. I thought, oh, this is going to be difficult. I always felt that Beterbiev eventually would get to him. Then there was a massive gash, cut, when Beterbiev was bleeding. I think Browne was also bleeding. And to be honest with you, I felt like Browne, I felt he lacked belief. I felt if he had more belief in himself, I think he could have caused Beterbiev even more issues. But sometimes when you're fighting guys like Beterbiev, some of these guys, like, I don't want to sound disrespectful, fight scared almost, like they know the guy's a beast. So they kind of like fighting scared, where they need to believe in themselves a little bit more. I know it's easier on the outside saying it than doing it on the inside. These are pros. Marcus Browne is was a great amateur, and he was he's a very good fighter. You know, we saw that in the Badu Jack fight. But I just felt if he believed in himself a little bit more, you know, he could have done some damage, a bit more damage there. Because he definitely had skills. He definitely was the athletically more gifted guy. You know, Beterbiev comes forward and he cuts off the ring very well. He beats you down. And to be honest with you, you know, a lot of people say Beterbiev's a massive puncher. He is a puncher. He can punch. But I don't think he's a knockout. Like, I don't think he's a Julian Jackson, a one-punch lights-out guy. He's more like a Golovkin. You know, he wears you down, breaks you down, and wears you down. He wears you down and beats you into submission. That's the kind of puncher he is. That's not a one-punch knockout artist, if I'm honest with you. Right? He's not a knockout artist. And to be honest with you, I wasn't that impressed with last night's performance. I thought he was quite wild. I thought at times he looked a little slow. Like I said, in the first 2 rounds, I thought Browne did a great job of moving and boxing well. But like I said, Browne lacked a little bit of belief. I feel like he gave up some of the advantages and was standing a lot on the ropes. And I just think he gave up a lot of his advantages. Like he almost... I don't know whether he was doing that because he thought, you know, I need to save energy here and let me see if I can do the rope-a-dope. But, you know, I just think the tactics were all wrong. When you're sitting on the ropes against Beterbiev, that's dangerous, man. That's something that you don't want to do, because all he'll do is, like, it's like sitting on the ropes to Golovkin. All he'll do is he'll batter you and break you down. You know, you can't stand there with Beterbiev. You know, you can't stand there. You have to be a constant mover. And that's hard to do because Beterbiev cuts off the ring well. So he's going to get you. He's going to hunt you down. He's going to get you. But standing on the ropes, that's just, yeah, man, that's just crazy. You've got no chance if you stand on the ropes against someone that powerful and that strong. You know, he's going to eventually break you down and wipe you out. So, yeah, I think Marcus Browne could have done a little bit more, if I'm honest with you. But unfortunately, like I said, I think that lack of belief, maybe having that thing in his head that I'm fighting Beterbiev, you know, that fear factor that some of these fighters have, like Golovkin, Beterbiev, you know, Mike Tyson, like, it's the fear factor before these guys get in the ring. They know what they're getting themselves into. And sometimes that's half the battle lost. Like, if there's a guy that gets in the ring that's not scared of Beterbiev, is willing to stick it on him. Look, Callum Johnson's not as gifted athletically as Marcus Browne, but Callum Johnson went in there with a fit. Like, he was fearless. You know, he hit Beterbiev, dropped him. You know, Callum Johnson can punch. But that's the kind of belief you've got to have. You've got to believe in yourself. You know, against someone like Beterbiev, because if he sees you wilting off a bit of fear, he's going to eat you up. You know, that's gonna give him motivation, and he's gonna get more aggressive and wipe you out quicker. So this is why now we need to really see Beterbiev in the big fights, in the big unification fights. We need to see him in the ring with Bivol. We need to see him in the ring with the winner of Callum Johnson and Joe Smith. And who knows, he may get another fight with Callum Johnson. You know, Callum Johnson, one thing I like about Callum Johnson is he's fearless. And Joe Smith. Both of them are made from the same steel. They're both the type of guys that they don't care. They may get knocked out, but they're going to give it a go. And against Beterbiev, that's the kind of mindset you have to have. Because if you go in there fight scared, he's going to just chew you up. And when you got guys like Callum Johnson and Joe Smith who can punch, who are dangerous, someone like Beterbiev who's aggressive and comes forward, those guys are dangerous for Beterbiev. They are. There's been a lot of shift in momentum in the sense that a lot of fans now believe Bivol beats Beterbiev. I still have my doubts about that. I don't think Bivol beats Beterbiev. I think Bivol might get overwhelmed in that fight. I think Beterbiev might be too powerful and too strong. But yeah, I favor Beterbiev in that fight. And I favor Beterbiev against the winner of Johnson and Smith. But there is a someone that I think I can beat, and I'm gonna leave that for the next video. And I'm quietly confident after watching this fight. But let me know what you guys thought of this fight. Let me know what you guys thought of Beterbiev's performance. Were you impressed? Were you not impressed? Were you impressed, but you also saw weaknesses which others could exploit? How did you rate the performance of the knockout artist who is Artur Beterbiev, the guy that has stopped everyone in his 17 fights? You know, it's an incredible record, a unified champion, but now we need to see him step up into the big fights. We need unification fights. He didn't really want to talk much about his future after the fight. You know, they asked him what's next, and he said, I'm going to go home and sleep. So he didn't really want to talk much about his future. But I think the fans now want to see him fight, you know, the best guys in the division. You know, and either the winner of Johnson Smith, and I don't even think it's the winner of Johnson Smith, or Bivol, or there's someone that we know very well that, you know, he could fight. Or someone that we like a lot that he could fight, you know, that would, you know, cement his legacy as well. But yeah, I think now we need to see Beterbiev step up in those big fights. But yeah, guys, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of Artur Beterbiev's performance, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.